Well, Stephanie, thanks so much for joining Kevin and I. We would love to hear about your experience with Family Nest. But before we dive in, maybe give us just a quick background. How did you find us? What were you doing leading up to Family Nest?
Leading up to Family Nest, I was and still am running a residential cleaning business. So I had done that for 5 or 6 years. Always kind of dabbled in different businesses, trying to find my way with my entrepreneurial spirit. And how I found Family Nest was my husband Vincent had already bought into Red Barn, and he was doing Red Barn and there was a meeting letting everybody know, a Zoom meeting that was recorded, telling everybody about Family Nest and what that opportunity looked like. And I was at work that day and I came home and he said, "You have to hear this. I think you really need to hear this meeting." So I went in a separate room and get away from all the kids and the chaos. And I listened to it and I came out and said, this is for me. He's like, "I knew it would be." So it
Wow.
just really, as soon as I heard the opportunity, it just checked all my boxes. And I just knew in that moment, I said, I need to know more information, but this is for me.
So
Yeah.
tell us, what were those boxes? What was it that like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What were those boxes that really struck home for you?
I would say the biggest one being something helping people. I've always wanted to, like I said, own my own business, but I wanted it to be meaningful. And although I do feel like I help people in certain ways in the bit in my residential cleaning business, this just hits on a whole different level where we're helping people through such difficult transitions in their lives. That was a big one for me, the biggest one. And I have a background with estate sales. I grew up with my dad doing and having estate sales. He was always a reseller. I grew up going to garage sales and estate sales and flea markets and all of those things. So I felt like I already had that background going, something that was just kind of instilled in me throughout my life. And I think those were probably the two biggest ones, but it just felt like something that was going to be a lot more fulfilling than what I had already been doing.
Right. Now
It's
you had a
amazing.
business already, right? I mean, you still have that business. How, I mean, and I hear this often. People ask, well, how do I juggle? I've already got a job or I've got a business. How has that worked for you juggling an existing business, right? And it tells us a little bit more about that business. And now you've got Family Nest. How has managing those two businesses at the same time gone for you?
I see it being very successful. We've already had so much success just in the last 6, 7 months, way more than, like I said, we anticipated having. So that's where I see us being.
Tell us a little bit about more where you're at. Like, are you in a heavily senior area? Is a lot of retirees? Is it up and coming? A lot of growth? Describe kind of the area that you're in, your market.
I would say it's a mixed market. So the Sacramento, we don't actually live in Sacramento, but that's where we're based out of. And Sacramento is a pretty mixed market, but there is well over 800 or so senior communities throughout the Sacramento and surrounding areas. So it provides us with a lot of opportunity.
And are you getting a lot of the referral business from those senior communities?
We are, yeah, we're starting to finally see those organic referrals come through. And I know that it weighs heavily on the initial networking that I was doing in the beginning. Just going in there and it was very nerve wracking because I didn't really know what I was talking about and trying to get them to hire us and lean on our business because we do have another business that does something similar to what we do that they've been in business for I don't know 13 years or so. It's our biggest competitor and they do some similar things that we do. So getting them to kind of wean off of them and give us a chance was a little bit difficult, but we're really starting to see those organic leads come through and referrals come through from different communities.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, Stephanie, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us. We're so excited about where your business is going. There's so much potential right there in your market. And I feel like you guys are the type of franchisee that give it a year or two and you're going to be opening up another territory. It just seems like that's the trajectory that you guys are on. Well, thanks again for coming on. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thank you.